Hello and welcome back everyone for another session in the Underworld. I believe this is the 20th sessions, correct?
I don't have the number up, but I believe that is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, that is definitely session number 20. Good job for making this so far.
A whole score of sessions.
hmm And today we will have a very special session for today. But first, let's rewind a bit what happened so far. Last session, the group has started their journey to find the one known as Foli. During the travel, the group has encountered a group of monsters devouring a few escaped slaves. The group faced the monsters and managed to defeat most of them, until suddenly a shadow from above descended upon the group, a spider drake. The group fought violently against the beast and managed to defeat it, but with a heavy cost. The beast has slayed the paladin known as Bodil.
Steel Brother!
He was
No.
avenged in a very formidable way.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah.
he didn't go down without swinging, though. He managed to deal a heavy blow to the beast. And after the group has defeated the monster, they found the cliff where Polly was last seen. And they found him. The group, but he told the group to stay hidden. And then another mysterious entity appeared, a shadow mage known as Limus. He covered the group with darkness, and as the group saw fall before their eyes, the, an army of undead marched in front of them, heading towards a very peculiar mine. And the group was bear witness to a meeting between two very unique individuals, the Children of Bhaal, as they heard through the rumors and meeting with Vascularo. Apparently, there is a vampire prince that was exiled from his realm and was bound to stay inside of that mine because of his treachery. His sister, the head priestess of Bahal, punished him because she suspected him to be plotting against her because one of her deputies, the vampire baron that was executed at Vascalore's palace, went missing. So, to send a message to her brother, she delivered him the decapitated head of his wife and threatened that she will harm his daughters, while also leaving behind two of her most trustworthy minions, two ancient vampire twins known as the Long Shadows. And after this conversation ended, the army of the undead marched back from where it came, into the shadows. The session ended when Foley gave the details of the whereabouts of Orcus followers' temple in the Underdark. And with that, we will start the session for today. Brynhilda,
Yo.
you are having a very vivid dream,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna move the group to a different map now.
All right.
Oh,
Everybody here?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Sounds great.
So, Brynhilda, you see a very long hallway surrounded by fire, lava, and obsidian. You see a dim devil soldier standing on guards for a long red carpet. You see a familiar figure appear, walking down this carpet. You see Lord Vascularo marching to the head stage. He seems to be furious. As he marched towards the left side of the stage, you can see him um, thinking. Well, you cannot really see him thinking, but you can really see that he is very frustrated at the moment.
Whereabouts in the scene would you say that I'm viewing from?
I'm gonna say from a bird point of view, like right at the center.
Okay. Gotcha. So I'm above that, got it.
Mhm.
Yeah, for Brynhilda's part, though she's kind of in dream state, so you're not really there, you're just kind of taking it in. A lot of the elements of this place remind her of things from her childhood and from her dreams. The lava flows, the obsidian, a lot of the same things are features of Thrym. So, uh, yeah, she's in a spot as she's watching this.
And behind Vascularo, you can hear a sound of footsteps as another figure appear behind him. And you see this individual appear. And make a perception check.
Gladly. Come on, load my page. Come on, D&D Beyond. Come on. All right, there we go.
We believe in you, Brynhilda.
10.
You see another figure is following her. Seems to be much smaller in size, but somehow seems to be familiar.
Aw, I do recognize that. Aw. A flush of relief, even in her dream state, goes through Brynhilda as she sees that Karash is indeed not dead. Fully.
You do seems to remember that Karash did mention once that he has a wife that was a royal advisor to Asmodeus.
Yes, indeed.
Carissa is respectfully bowing in front of Vascularo and thank him for taking care of her husband. Vascularo, who cannot help himself but smile, sings Karash, and he will say, I think I should be the one who thanks you, cause I kinda brought back your husband a bit lesser, to say. How are you, Karash?
Quite fine, sir. Quite fine.
I'm sure in no time you will get back to your size.
I sure hope so. It's gonna be soon.
And Vascularo will look at Carissa and ask, and where is the master? And she tells him, oh, he's right up, he's gonna be here any moment now. And once she said that, you see this figure appears right at the center, in front of the stage. Asmodeus, the king of the nine hells himself,
Oh shit.
appear in front of you. Every devil in the nearby bow and kneel before him. He raises his hand and they all get back up. Well, what does Asmodeus say to his minions?
Be at peace, my children, my prince. How fair matters.
Greetings, master. I summoned this meeting because something very, well, annoying is currently happening between our ranks. The rogue devil known as War has sent me a very peculiar message. Vascularo says as he summons a black screen right next to him, and you hear something heavy drop on the floor. You see the head of the archdevil Mammon drops on the floor.
Ah, yes, another severed head. They have been rolling of late.
Well,
Ah,
this is hell.
do, do you know what has happened here, my prince?
Well, nothing that you will you'll probably know already, but War has decided to deliver a message to me, and by sending me the head of the archdevil that I sent, well, to kill him. And that puts us in a bit of problematic situation, cause you see, my lord, I'm trying to make the invasion successful as possible, but if this rogue devil will decide to invade by himself, then that kinda spoil the element of surprise. Would you not agree?
Oh, certainly. However, I don't think that is something that we would have to worry about quite yet. And in fact, I believe that the matter can be worked out very quickly.
How so, my lord?
Let us bring War here, have a nice chat with him, and all will become clear.
You see Asmodeus is raising his staff and smashing him on the ground as a portal appear on the right side of the stage. You see a very large figure is starting to appear right in the entrance of the portal. And allow me to introduce you War, the devil. So, the
Good
usurper
day.
has finally appeared.
Good
How
day,
does
liege.
can you repeat that? I barely heard you.
Uh, War bows. Good day, my liege, Asmodeus.
It is good that you remain wise enough to come when I call.
Oh, devils know not to disrespect your calling.
And yet, you of not insignificant rank, but truly not matching anything that of a devil lord, have raised your hand against and slain one of my brothers.
Well, brother is a bit, you know, unfitting. We are talking
True.
of Mammon.
No, oh, yeah.
It was a matter of self-defense. He attacked me, I beheaded him.
Truly, it was a dazzling display to watch. I've learned some things watching you that I didn't know that devils could do with their abilities. But the matter remains. What are we to do with you now that you have dethroned the leader of the third lair?
Yes, indeed. What should we do? And you see, around Vascaloris starts to appear red spectral hands. Let me actually show you the art for this. Da-da-da. Yep, there we go. Did it pop up?
Yes.
And you can see like one of the hand is lifting the head of Mammon, and they are starting to toss the head from one another like a stress ball.
Squeezing it a bit.
Yep. What should we do with the one who is giving us so much trouble, I wonder? Meanwhile, you say that the head is just bumping from side to side.
I wouldn't call it
Excellent.
trouble. I'd call it making new way. Devils of the Third have been under too much of a slob thanks to that one. I just stepped in to help them out.
Well, yes, Mammon was never good at taking care of his subjects. How better to squeeze every last drip of gold out of them?
And yes, why would a devil lord need gold? I find it quite pointless.
Do you?
Money's
In my
not.
humble experience, a true master of war knows the value of patience and subtlety, of moving unseen and whispering from the shadows and taking their enemy unaware. Gold, sometimes, can win more battles than a million swords.
But gold can be broken and crumbled like that. People tend to betray over said currency, and I'd rather keep it out of my ranks.
Well, as interesting as this conversation is, that doesn't change the fact that you are trying to disturb the plans of our masters of the invasion.
You mean your invasion?
I mean my invasion, which makes it your invasion as well.
It seems our goals are not too different.
But there is one different. We are trying to be subtle about it, and when the time is right, then we strike. But you just wanna head down there and wreak havoc with no tactics or plan.
Do you think I'm using no tactics? Trust me, I'm already doing my job of getting fools on the surface to create a portal using my two best men, a fallen angel and judgment.
Interesting. But we want to see if you are worthy to be part of this. So, how about a little test?
What
What?
did you have in mind, my prince?
He claims to be sophisticated and tactful. So, how about we see if we can actually do what his name applies? How about you suddenly start a war on the surface? Let's see how you can influence behind the screen from the shadow.
That won't be too hard with the stresses already going on about this drastic plague up there.
Oh, yes, the plague.
You may use the plague, you may use the nobles, you may use gold, you may use your little devils to assassinate or serve them as you wish, but do not let them know that it was us behind this. That is the goal.
That is quite obvious, my liege.
A war between Valhalla and Swaria would be the most ideal to us, because they are currently the most powerful civilizations on this continent.
They
Weaken
can
them.
break each other down. We can swoop in and wipe the rest out.
Exactly. And when I finish uniting the factions of the Underdark under our banner, then will be the time to strike them down.
But I do have a request. because it's not such a simple task to cause chaos in a large area by trickery. I want the third realm. I killed the Lord fair and square in combat.
Hmm. Decisions. Well,
I think if we succeed on the task that I just said, then yeah, that will prove that he can be trustworthy.
I concur. War, you have your marching orders.
Indeed, my liege.
Return when the dwarves and the humans are at each other's throats and blood is running from them. And let them not whisper a word of it about us. And you will have the third lair as your reward, and all the gold you so despise that Mammon has collected over these many millennia.
Then it's a deal. I shall be returning shortly once this is complete.
However, if you do fail and the presence of the devil is found out, there will be a cost to pay. And you see one of the hand is tossing the head of Mammon into the air, and then a large giant great sword appeared next to Vascularo and cuts the head to two. Do you get the
And
message?
as always, the threats. I know not to fail.
Then have a nice day then, Vascularo says as he waves at you.
He waves back, walking away through the portal again.
Actually, the four hands all together waves at you.
The two serpents just their tail waves goodbye as well. That follows war everywhere.
And once will disappear, Vascularo will look at Asmodeus. Ah, so he's a snake guy. I'm more of a cat person myself.
We all have our little quirks.
Yes, I know. You are more of a dog person.
Yes, I am. Oh, he's a good boy. Yes, he is.
You see a gargantuan hellhound appear behind Asmodeus, waving his tail. If we are done here, my lord, I need to get back to my palace. I need to guide my minions over the task you have given me to get rid of the rogue demon lord Orcus.
Yes. How is that faring? The other demon lords are still at large.
Well, most of them are already fallen in the combat in the last battle of the Blood War. As we know, there are 4 demon lords remaining.
Hmm.
3 of them seems to be weakened significantly, with only a shred of divinity left in them. But the greatest threat, Lolth, still remains. When I
Yes,
will,
she has remained elusive.
but I plan to get rid of her when I will unite the faction of the Underdark.
Oh, do you think the drow will be so happy to destroy their beloved benefactor?
Well, it will come as a surprise, my lord, but I have found a very special faction of drow that have a very great hatred to love. Even rivals my own, to be honest. They will be a very powerful allies in the war to come.
That will be a mighty thing to see. My prince, I give you your leave to return to your duties.
Thank you, my lord. And I wanted to say, I have found her.
And at that, Asmodeus's eyes will widen the slightest bit. Yes.
She looks just like her mother.
As expected.
Well, the next time that I will come here, I will bring her.
That will be something.
And you see the vision starts to blow, and you find yourself in a very dark place, Brynhilda. And I'm not talking about the Underdark.
Mm-mm.
In front of
Zoom
you,
out. There we go.
if you all look down,
Bottom.
like down at the bottom, you will all see a figure that all of you have saw before. Did it pop up?
Mm-hmm. Beelzebub.
You see him walking through the corridor. You can hear whispers in his head, mocking him, laughing at him. Brynhilda, you recognize this voice from another vision. You recognize this voice belonged to an archdevil known as Mephistopheles. How long will you lower your head in his presence? How long will you continue to suffer this humiliation? You can have it all. You just need to do what I say. I don't want a throne. I just don't want him there. Be the new ruler of the nine hells, and you can have everything you want. Just take this and use it on what you're keeping at your basement, at your dungeon, sorry. And right when you hear this line, you can see that Beelzebub is holding a very strange flask with a very bright red liquid inside. Make a medicine check.
Wow. All right. 13.
You're not really sure, but it kind of resembles blood.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Beelzebub move forward and reveal the rest of the area in front of you. Inside, you see prison, and inside, you will see this figure locked behind bars. Da, da, da.
Angels sighted.
An Archon sight. And you hear the sound, the last whisper that Mephistopheles says inside of Beelzebub's head. Question is, what will you sacrifice for it? You see Beelzebub is marching towards the imprisoned Archon. She seems to be scared of him. He tells her, do you remember how I was back in the kingdom of heaven? I remember what we used to have. but it was all taken from me. And all you did was to just stand idle as they have ripped my pride wings. But now you will pay the price for my humiliation. And I'm gonna describe a very harsh scene. So, trigger warning for everybody.
I will content warning label the video as well.
He basically opened the cage and rips her clothes. She tried to resist, but he forced himself. He leaves her behind and doesn't look behind. He locks her back in the cage and tells her that he will be back when his child is ready to be born again, to be born. He kept her locked for months. He kept repeating this act a few more times until he was certain that she was with his child. At once he saw that she was indeed pregnant. He stopped. He made sure that she was very well fed and taken care of till the time came for the birth. Before the child was born, he forced the red elixir to and forcefully made her drink it. And when the ritual started and the child was born, he heard the whispers of Mephistopheles. The child that you are holding in your hands will be the weapon for Asmodeus' destruction. For he is something greater that should have not been created, our reality. And you see Beelzebub holding the child, and you can see radiant eyes glowing from his son. And Beelzebub is smiling. I have what I wanted. He takes his sword and slay the Archon that he has imprisoned. You will become my path to the throne, to the obsidian throne. However, the radiant light that comes from his son burned him. Beelzebub screamed in pain and walked away from the child. He told his minions to put the child in the prison cell near the body of his mother. He needs to think how he's gonna handle this. And Brynhilda, when you look at this child, he seems to resemble a figure that you once saw. And when you look at his eyes, you can see the time is starting to move forward in a much faster pace as the child grows into a man. You see Vasculara's human form appear right in front of you. You can actually hear Vasculara's voice whispers to you that this is how I was created. I was designed to be a weapon, an entity that should not exist. But yet I am. And I was spent here eons trapped behind these walls, tortured and starved to death multiple times. But I was kept, but I always was brought back to life over and over again. The one who called himself my father tried to break me, but I did not let him, because I saw what he did, and I will never forgive him for that. I know what he wants, and I will never give him. And one day, I saw a spider appeared in my cell. It was the first living thing that I ever saw. But that spider wasn't really your typical spider. Before I knew it, the spider started to glow, and I was teleported outside of my cell.
And this is him telling me this, not me seeing it.
Yes, you
Okay,
can
just making sure.
actually hear Vascularo is talking through his humanoid form to you, because he's basically sharing a memory with you.
Ooh, got it.
Apparently, Love have heard that a very unique devil was kept in the basement of Beelzebub. She was curious to know what was he so carefully hiding from the world in his dungeon. And when she figured out it was just devil, she wanted him, well, she wanted to eat me, basically. Your mother was a very talented priestess. She created a circle that imprisoned me from escaping. But she did one very fatal mistake. You see, the circle that she created, the magic circle, was perfect. Every devil that would have stepped inside of this circle would have been unable to escape. However, there was one thing that Love and her minions did not expect, that I am something much, much more than just a devil. And you can actually see Vascalores is casually stepping out of the circle. Everybody inside of this room, including Lolf herself, is shocked. You can see that your mother is like gasping and she's like starting to mumble, How? And Vascalores would just tell her, You should probably close your eyes, darling, as you see him starting to change. You see light starting to surround Vascalores. Three lightning orbs radiating appear around him. The orb attack in a perfect circle the priestess of love, burning them to ashes. Love, in shocked scream, What is this? What the hell are you? And Vascularo says, I am my father's worst mistake. And you see him blink out. And he appeared in the Underdark with your mother right next to him. She asks him, are you going to kill me now? He tells her no. She is free to go wherever she wants. And you can actually see Vascularo is starting to move away, leaving her behind. And she's asking, why did you take me here if you're not gonna kill me? And he looks behind. Well, when you did the ritual, we were connected for a brief moment. And I saw the doubt that is in your soul. You're not really sure what are you doing and what you're believing anymore. But you think that the current path that you're walking is wrong. So I want to give you what I was never given before. A choice. Freedom. You can go wherever you want. You can go back to Menzo Baranzen and go back to love and worship her. Or you can just go outside, explore. It's a big world. I grew up inside of a prison cell. I want to see everything. If you want, you can join me. And he starts to walk away. You can see your mother hesitate. She looks back to the direction of Menzo Baranzen. And she looked back to Vascularo as he keeps walking. And she ran after him. And that's when the vision ends and you go back. Basically, you're waking up.
Wow. I will now silently reflect on these things as the stage is set for someone else to do something.
Oh shit, I forgot to do something. I wanted to bring you back to this map and then make it I'm gonna show you. Make it as this was the place where they met outside of the city, teleported to. Oh well.
No worries. We'll see it someday.
Yep. I am gonna mention one more scene that I forgot to do, but you can see the time is moving again at a much faster pace. And while they were traveling, you can see that 2 times your mother was indeed impregnant. And after a while, she gave birth. And you see that Vascularo is holding a child in his arms. However, when he looks back to his wife, well, not his wife, his lover, she's holding 2 more babies in her arms. Who ever thought that I would give birth to a triplet? Not in my wildest dream. And then you snap back to reality.
Yes, I will be thinking for a moment. Go on. Someone else do something.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys that it took so long, but I had to explain a few stuff.
It's all good, man. That was great.
So, you're all starting to wake up. So, what do you guys do?
Make sure my skeletons are intact.
We get a short rest or long rest?
You took a long rest.
Okay.
Oh, well, the first thing I had to do was actually use the spell slot to re-exert control over my skeletons.
Yeah. When you wake up, you see your 4 skeletons are making sure that Lorenzo is all comfortable, actually taking his stuff.
Yes.
On second thought, maybe I shouldn't waste the spell slot.
Just make them disappear.
They snap their fingers at resentment for your attention.
You're not gonna reassert control over them, aren't you?
I'm deciding whether I should.
Well, let me tell you, I'm not controlling them. They're just like paying respect to a higher form, or whatchamacallit. Yeah,
Higher rank.
higher rank, higher form, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, they're not obeying him. They just like him.
I love how Basky also just inherently understands the hierarchy of the undead, even though he hates them. He's like, those skeletons are looking at Lorenzo, and he's just better than them. Come on.
I will take a spell slot to re-exert control over the 4 skeletons.
Okay. So Foli is telling you the direction where you need to go. He tells you that a group of minions of Vascularo' minions have visited before. He remembers that once they move into that area, they had to cross a bridge. And under that bridge, there was, there were rumors of a fire-breathing minotaur that basically killed everyone who tried to cross that bridge. But he have heard some other rumors that the minotaur was killing the minions of the White Spot Devil. But I never really met him myself, so I can't really tell. It's just a theory. And once you finish saying that, you see a portal is opening up. And you hear the burning sensation at the back of your neck as Vascularo whisper to your mind. You guys seems to be short in a member, so I'm gonna bring a party member from the other group of minions. Well, most of them have died already. So make sure you take good care of this one. And you will see. Da, da, da.
Whoosh.
Bro, you may introduce your character.
Yes. In front of you suddenly appears like to be a very slender elf. Only this one has pale blue skin and a darker blue shade of hair. Actually,
Another blue elf. Yes.
his features actually almost mimic the rime in the frost of the coldest depths of the year. Ooh. And his eyes appear to be sparkling or like shining in this cool light blue. And he's wearing a very fashionable long blue robe with his hood over his head.
Great, another person you can't take a punch.
So you're the new ones, eh?
Well,
Oh.
you're the new one.
Not to me.
basking around. You kind of just joined the group. You are the new one.
Yes, one would argue that Cena's. You're the one who came here, and not us vice versa. You're the new one.
We can go around arguing definitions all day, lad.
Gladly.
So would I.
Better than this
I
job.
like being-
You see Foli waves at Bronus. Greetings, my friend.
Cheer again.
Yes. How was the encounter with the Minotaur?
Could have been worse, if you ask me. We actually took that one down pretty easily.
That's good. That's
Mm.
good. Well, it's a shame that the rest of your party didn't come back, but I have your reward.
Let's have a look then. I cannot move my
let-
token.
Let me see.
I can move this one.
Bro,
Yeah.
please add the item. Let me see. What was his name again? Just a second. Just un momento. He gives you two items actually.
Ooh, two of them.
The first one is this.
Oh, that's crispy.
Wish. Oh.
You can use that item to cast one of the spells that are listed here.
Alrighty.
Just remember the title.
Book of Misspells. Alright. What's the other
And
one?
the other item and I forgot the name. What's the item that gives you an extra spell slot? Jim?
Ring of spell storing.
No.
Ring of spell. Oh no,
Jim.
ring of spell refueling. It
There
gives you a
was an
spell
item
slot.
with the gym. Gym of
Eh,
power?
Gem.
Yeah,
Is it like
gem.
elemental gem?
Pearl of Power.
Pearl
It's
of
a
power.
pearl of
That's
power.
what I'm thinking of, the Pearl of Power.
Pearl of power. Then yeah, you get the pearl of power.
Excellent. Hell yeah. Alright,
Yeah,
dope.
pearl of power. That's the other.
Let's bring it in.
So this is the reward you received for slaying the Minotaur.
Awesome. Alright.
And Foley looks at the rest of you. If you do business with me, I pay very handsomely.
I like cash.
Do you
I
have
like
anything you need done?
Well, I did mention that I want the eyes of a certain entity.
All right.
If you
What
give me the eyes, I will pay you handsomely.
I'm just looking for information.
talked in private with him.
What?
Wasn't the whole thing about the eyes talked in private to?
No, it was out in the open on the side. You probably overheard, but sure. Lorenzo is gonna say, I'm just looking for information. If you guys want some coin, we can take it. So, are we ready to move? By the way, we got some good information on those vampire and undead army.
You mean the one that Brendan has the fangs inside his head?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Or however that worked? Was that the Eldol? I forget. Not super important in any case. Yeah, we did learn a bit about them.
Why do you think should we recruit those vampires for a cause as well? Let us fight, please.
Well, I think if we're going to recruit any one of those vampires, it's going to be the one that's being held prisoner. And if we were going to do that, we'd have to find a way to release him and probably get past those really tall ones.
But you heard he's being blackmailed. His daughters are like hostages. Maybe you should take care of that first.
Seems like there's a lot we'd have to do to get him free, let alone on our side.
We don't know where the hostages are at either, so that's a lot harder.
And to be honest, other than what we just saw, I don't know much about him or why he's important.
Pretty important to me, though. Well,
I
let's
mean,
move on.
if the boss wants him freed, I'm sure he'll tell us that we should do that.
But our job is to take care of a demon lord.
And he is to the east.
In the Church of Bhaal. Correct?
At the lands of the
In the
children.
lands, yeah, in the lands of the Children of Bhaal. The Temple of Orcus is hidden somewhere. Foli, you've been a great help watching us while we rested.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I hope we can continue doing business.
If you don't mind my asking, what do you think of Lulth?
Make an insight check.
I was about to just roll it. +5. I'm just gonna flash of genius that just because.
You can see like a very subtle twitch at his left eye.
Oh, he likes her.
No,
I know.
kind of the opposite.
Yeah. Excellent.
I believe there are many deities and entities in this world. Unlike the entire most of my race, I do not worship one deity.
Well, that makes sense. Which ones do you worship?
Well, now that you have probably heard.
Oh. Well, I'd be happy to hear about it sometime. I could write them down.
He smiled. If you get back alive from this mission, then yeah, I'll be more than happy to talk with you.
I will try to stay alive.
Stay safe, Brynhilda.
Back to the mission.
Do we know how far is this Bhaal land?
Well, it is at least a few days of walking.
Hmm.
And what's
A
in
few
between
days.
this and us,
Excellent.
our location? Is there any like landmarks, monuments, or something
Well,
we maybe
you
know
know
about?
that you need to go to the east. You know that the road will start to go a bit up, a bit down, sorry, and you will eventually reach a cliff, which will be connected to the other side by a rope bridge. Actually, Bronos, your new party member, have visited there before. It was where he fought the Minotaur.
Correction. My character knows. It's been quiet. It's been a little while.
Nice.
Shame, shame, shame.
I guess we will march on then. We're not gonna do something with the mines.
Well, not at the moment. You know, it's all part of war building.
We will return. During the just the days of journeying, Bryn's gonna be looking at some of the stuff in her inventory and just making drawings and schematics and plans for something.
Anything in particular?
I mean, in particular, she'll be taking her heavy crossbow, probably her arcane focus wand, the magic ore that she found, um, trying to find a way to make the process more streamlined.
So, I'm gonna assume that you will take a long rest between the days.
I mean, in general, as we're traveling, we're probably going to have to long rest from day to day.
Yeah.
What's the terrain like as we do our first day of journeying? Who's on point? Do we have to make rolls, or are we just safe?
Well, let's see. I need one of you to make a survival check.
I'm usually leading with those.
No nose goes. I'm
Okay.
touching my nose.
Can Lorenzo during the travel keep an eye out for Bodak creature?
Say what?
The Bodak creature, just keeping an eye out for that.
Well, you do know that the Bodak is something that will be inside of the Temple of Orcus,
Oh yeah, it's inside? Okay.
not
Okay, then yeah, we're running into
in the
that.
wild of the Underdark.
Right.
A wild
Yeah.
Bodak appeared.
Bum, bum,
Brendan will likely be
ba-na-na.
taking the lead of the marching order, flanked by his skeletons.
Basky's more near the back.
They are following Bran, but they'll keep looking at Lorenzo.
Lorenzo is starting to get creeped out. Yeah.
You have your own little fan club.
They're all
Next,
clicking
you're gonna have
agreement.
It was
paparazzi.
amusing at first, but not anymore.
They snap their fingers in agreement. So, I'm gonna say this. Make me a perception check, Brynhilda and Bro.
Oh.
Let's go.
12.
Yeah, I'm never asking the cleric
Oh,
to
yeah,
do it
shit.
because he has fucking 11.
Almost forgot.
When you ask me to do it, you're basically just asking for a success.
My
Yeah,
goodness,
I
that's a
know.
beautiful thing that you just got there, Bronus.
Look at those divination rolls.
Yep.
That is crisp.
That's actually
Divination
really
wizard?
good, though.
Oh. Oh.
Fucking perfect.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Anyway, so
Damn.
while you travel, you do seem to hear that is oddly quiet, as you don't hear any sound, water dripping, or any call of beasts or the howl of other animals. It's just darkness and silence. See if you're going deeper and deeper to a maw. The rocks have the shape of teeth. Keep marching. And from a distance, you see a tree.
In the Underdark?
A tree in the Underdark.
Can I
Around
insight the tree?
Is it glowing?
Wouldn't be the first, won't be the last.
well, make a perception check.
Oh,
Insight
that's
check.
even better.
Sorry, insight check.
Okay, subtract 6 from it.
Yeah.
That would be a 16.
Well, from the tree you don't see anything, but you do see spirits and phantoms around the tree.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say you also got 22 on the perception. You see very strange fruits appear growing from this tree. They very unique. They are blue with white spots.
I will point out the spirits and the odd blue-white spotted fruit to the rest of the party. Does anybody have any clue what those are?
No, and I wouldn't eat it. They look poisonous. High colors tend to be poisonous.
Actually, you do see something very strange. The ghosts appear to be eating the apple.
Last I
Oh.
checked, that's not how being incorporeal worked. Some
Yeah.
special fruit.
That is true indeed.
Hmm.
Ghosts should not be able to eat it. However, they do.
More power to them.
I want to go
I
take a
thought you were
closer look.
supposed to know about dead things.
Lorenzo's
Like
gonna
I
follow bro. Or
said,
the blue guy.
my
Blue guy.
knowledge of them is limited.
Lorenzo, does your mastery over skeletons also work with ghosts?
We're about to see.
Brendan is silently fuming.
Vasky has a smug smile on his face that you're mad about that.
So, you see, Lorenzo, are you moving forward?
Yeah, bro and Lorenzo are approaching, I think.
So,
Mhm.
you move towards the tree, and the ghosts and phantoms that surround it all stop moving and stare at you. And they all respectfully bow to Lorenzo.
Damn it!
Wow, it does work. Brynhilda's gonna fly up and catch up to the two of them so that she can also see what's going on.
Tell me what if Lorenzo is gonna speak to the spirits. Tell me what these fruits are. And how are you able to eat them?
You see an echoing voice of one of the spirits tells you that those are ghost apples, the only food known to be able to be consumed by the dead. It's the only taste they can feel.
I'd like to order my skeletons to collect some.
Oh yeah, Bronus wants to go see if he can take a bite out of one.
So they look at your humanoid allies and give a warning. The apple will be delightful to those who have passed on, but for the living, it is tossing a coin with death. It will either harm you or empower you. Do not rush to eat the forbidden apple that was meant for the dead.
I am going to rush to eat the forbidden apple because I am the dead.
Yeah, you are undead as a vampire.
I am undead, and so are my skeletons.
That's
Yeah,
actually
fair.
really, really interesting. And yeah, wow.
I'm undead.
So I feel like this is the meme where where it has the two, the one giving the explanation. You can only have the apple safely if you're dead. You're a vampire. You can. It sounds bad on paper, but I'll allow it.
Yep, pretty
Dang.
much.
I'm gonna start climbing the tree, and so are my skeletons.
Why are you trying to eat the forbidden fruit?
Lorenzo is
Because
gonna
it's
ask
not
one of the
forbidden
spirits
for
to bring
me.
him one. Bring me one of those. I want to try them.
Okay, so let's see. Are the skeletons eating the apple?
Yes, I would like for each. Preferably me and my skeletons can gather as much as possible, and then I want each of them to eat one, and I'm gonna eat one as well.
Wait, calm down. Listen for the spirit, bro.
It's the spirit's food. Don't eat all of it.
So, let's start with the undead ones. Once the skeletons eat the apple, they feel at ease as they are hovering a bit above the ground.
That's new.
And you can actually see like an astral fog surrounds them. The skeleton seems to be almost sleeping mid-air.
Hmm.
That's what's happening at the moment.
I would like to eat mine.
Skeleton loyalty obtained. Skeletons resting happily.
Yeah, apparently if skeletons eat this apple, they get high.
Means it's good shit.
That's amazing.
Wow. Apples.
I'm just curious what my fruit does now.
Okay,
And
so
you see that
you
as
eat
well?
do you eat it?
Yes, and I am undead.
When you take a bite out of the apple, you feel refreshed and all the worry seems to leave you. You feel energized and you feel as if the Grim Reaper itself has come and supported you. The next time you will do a necrotic attack, add 1d8 damage to it.
Ooh!
Grim says, I got you, B.
Got you, bro.
Necromancy serves its purpose.
It's still against nature.
Some of it helps bring the dead instead of returning them.
Necromancy in the sense of raising the dead from already dead is wrong. Necromancy that keeps the living things living is alright. There's a difference between those two.
The ghost just look. The ghost surrounding you just looks at you. Is he always this unpleasant?
Yes.
A lot more normally.
He's not wrong.
Lorenzo
He
is
has
gonna
an
attempt.
interesting set of morals. Sorry for interrupting.
Lorenzo is gonna attempt to eat the fruit. You see him. Lorenzo's armor. Usually, you can hear like some bit of a noise, like a propeller or something inside of it, and he takes like small pieces of like metal and like He's like chess piece. He like stabs it and jams it so it stops spinning, and he unwraps his mask. And if you're looking closely, you can see his mouth is like a pale flesh, like taut skin on the bone, almost like a white. He takes a bite. And meanwhile, there's like wisps of like green smoke being everything from the armor. He takes a bite and chews it. Finishes the apple and then puts the mask back on.
So, does anybody else want to eat from the apple?
No.
Nope.
Brona sees the two
How
other
does
party
it
members
taste,
eating
though?
it. It's just like,
You all should really try this.
I'd rather not die by ghost apples.
It's very relaxing, and you seem
Well,
like you need to chill recently.
I'm already pretty chill. A snort of cold breath comes from his nostril.
It is
So
radiant.
I just want to
It's a
mention,
radiant chill.
I want to correct just one detail. The apples are purple with white spots, not blue with white spots.
Got it.
How do they taste? Like apples?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
imagine like a very juicy and sweet apple and multiply it by 10. You actually feel a bit more human when you eat it. But does anybody else who is not undead is trying to eat the apple?
Nope. I'm not gonna try it.
Not trying it either.
Just for the funsies, I'm also gonna flip my coin while I'm here.
Okay, so make the roll.
Come on, even! Even!
You have
Advantage on the
advantage.
next check. Saving throw attack roll. Let's go.
So this is our first day of travel so far.
How many more do we have?
It was several days.
So, are you guys done with the tree? Are you moving on?
Brynhilda is gonna take notes until people stop doing stuff, but she's not gonna try an apple now.
By the way, the ghost whispered to Lorenzo, you should eat the midnight apples when you feel like you want to remember a bit who you were before your transformation.
Yeah, he nods.
And they waves and bow before you leave. Bowing before Lorenzo, totally ignoring Brendan. So, you guys continue marching?
Yep.
Yep. I'll stay in the lead.
Still
Until
in the
we need to rest.
So, while you march, you meet a very unique figure. I'm gonna upload the picture, just a second. Yep, I forgot to put it on Roll20. So
That happens.
I'm just gonna post it on the Discord.
Alright.
We're like, Discord is amazing.
Window hopping. The table.
It's a lot of birds.
Raven Lady.
Raven Lady.
Crow lady? What's the difference?
Craven. It's a raven and a crow.
Actually, there's a big difference between ravens and crows.
Ravens are
Because
bigger?
ravens are bigger.
Yeah.
Ravens are bigger. They're smarter. There's ravens are better.
I want to tame a raven to rob people.
You could. You could train crows to do that, though, so...
They're both relatively smart birds.
Yeah, but
Ravens
one's
are more
way smarter. Yeah, they're big. You can tell the difference because just think of like a crow that's, no joke, like twice as big as it should be, and you're like, why is that crow so big? And then it's like, "Roar, roar," and you're like, whoa, that's not the sound a crow makes. That's the sound a demon crow makes, I guess. And yeah,
I know what my next character is going to be. A demon crow rogue. It's going to be a Kenku.
A wall of Kenku. Why not?
you know, I have a demon crow fighter in my campaign, kind of a badass. So
The Crow reminds me of the movie The Crow. What's a better
Now, what
movie, The
did I
Crow or
get?
The Raven?
It doesn't matter. It's Blackbird. We'll
they're
deal with
both
that.
cool. They're both cool. Ravens are bigger and tougher.
Anyway,
Yep.
back to the session. You see this woman that is surrounded by ravens,
Hmm.
following her. She politely smiles and waves.
How do you have all those birds with you underground?
Well, dear, you see, they are not actual crows. They are familiars.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Oh, I'm Brynhilda. Nice to meet you. Who are you?
I'm Miranda. And what brings you to the lands of the Children of Bhaal?
Oh, well,
Wanderers.
huh?
Bassie's going to speak up. We're wanderers. We're exploring the places of the Underdark.
Oh, what a funny coincidence. So am I. I travel to place, and I'm what you call a trader.
Oh,
Trader.
what do you have
Yeah.
for sale then?
Oh, a few interesting items.
Oh, can I see?
Sure. She presents to you a ring. This
Ooh.
is a ring of raven calling. It will summon a flock of ravens to protect you from harm.
Oh.
How much?
Well, make an offer.
750 gold.
Damn.
Make an insight check.
Okay. 11.
She tell you, yeah, I sold.
Alright. Basket hands him the gold. Then Basket hands Brynhilda the ring.
So Brynhilda, you can add this item. I'm gonna copy paste it to Roll20. Oops.
Nah.
Yo, Brandon, you picked a few of those ghost apples. Maybe they're worth something if you want to trade them in.
I don't believe I brought any more along.
She'll probably spend a few minutes doing a ritual casting of Identify in order to learn what it does. And then she'll hand it to Brandon and say, maybe you should use this when people start trying to attack you.
Basky has this look of disappointment after you offer it to Brendan.
No, I'll be
proposing?
alright. I have my own methods.
Sorry,
And-
Basky. I already have a lot of magic items that I use, and this is really nice and I really appreciate it, but maybe someone who, is really weak should have it.
I'm going to demonstrate what I was mentioning by casting shield.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you could do that.
To stop from a fireball heading your way.
As I said, I've worked on my own protection.
I'll just use the ring myself.
All right, Basky. She flips it back to you.
Basking now has 2 rings.
That won't do you too well, if I'm not mistaken.
Basky
Would
has
not
3
the
rings.
crows
One's around the neck.
Oh yeah.
Would not the crows dissipate when you attack?
Basky,
If it really
maybe-
comes down to who it would serve best, I am the least aggressive.
I
Yeah.
bought it.
I don't know, this blue guy seems kind of weak. Maybe you ought to give it to him.
I don't know him.
He seems friendly, doesn't he?
Basking stares at the new guy.
I didn't actually get your name either.
And none myself either.
We can just call him Blue.
Blue.
Silent
Well-
Blue.
Da-ba-dee-dee-dee-da.
Well,
Fine.
okay, Blue. I'm Brynhilda. This is Basky. This is Brendan. And that over there is Lorenzo, King of the Skeletons.
Undead. King of the Undead.
I mean, I guess. She's going to turn to the trader and say, in a way, I think we actually kind of belong here. I mean, like, look at him. He's so skeleton-y.
She looks at Lorenzo. He does seems to be unique. I saw many undead creatures in this land.
Right? They're everywhere. But we have a few of our own.
And she looks at Lorenzo. May I ask for a favor? I will pay you if you allow me.
Pay with what?
Well, I want to examine you, if you don't mind. If you allow me, I will reward you.
I examine my body or something else.
Your body, basically.
By the way, bro, are you muted?
No, I'm
'Cause-
still here.
Okay. I didn't hear you talking for a while and I didn't know.
Do you maybe have some information to trade? Instead of...
Oh, trust me, the reward that I would give you would be very useful. May I?
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah.
Useful? How?
Make
Is she
an insight
scamming
check.
me?
You're not really sure.
I will also make an insight check because I was there too talking to her.
You're not
Yeah,
really sure either.
she's telling me she's fine.
You know what? Yeah, you think she's a saint. She's the most
She's great.
trustworthy person on the planet.
Yeah, she's fine. She's fine.
So do you allow her to examine you?
Yeah, how does she want to examine me? She wants me to strip down? Because I can't do
Well,
that, lady.
Basically, she wanna see the gas that leaks from your body, and also she taking a closer look at the sword.
Ah, sure.
As
I'll
she's
take a
doing
look.
this examination, Bryn's gonna sit to the side and watch her examine Lorenzo, and she's also gonna start ritual casting detect magic.
Basting's
Well-
just standing nearby like an intimidating wall.
You
So after
see,
10 minutes, I'll be able to see something.
you see magical aura coming from all the party members, coach, because each of them has magical items, but also the woman seems to be carrying a
Mhm.
few magical items.
Mm-hmm.
She looks at the sword. So this is the real you. I was wondering. Those are very unique runes on the blade.
That's what I said.
I don't know
Is
what they mean myself, but if you can decipher them, I'd be grateful.
It seems to be that the soul seems to be entrapped inside of the blade. Am I correct?
You're not wrong.
Interesting how the sword basically makes the whole body move. You are very unique.
It's thanks to some engineering done by a fellow necromancer of sort.
I can only assume. You are almost a work of art, I must say. Thank you. Now allow me to give you your reward. You see one of the ravens transform into a shadow, and you see the shadow emerges with your shadow. And before you notice, you have two shadows.
How does this help me? Oh, okay. We didn't know if she's.
Oh ho.
I really need to pay attention to what I'm copy pasting.
Yeah, the Raven Queen herself.
Yeah, I mean, is she or is she like priestess? But
She's a priestess.
So, you never did explain what's with the flock of familiars.
Oh, those are the children of the one I served.
You serve a bird? Bastion has this confused look.
Well, not exactly, though she does go by the name Raven Queen.
I don't know who that is.
Do I know who that is?
Make a religion check.
does Lorenzo know who that is?
Make a religion check.
A 9 says
-1.
I probably don't.
Oh damn.
Brendan, would you like to make a religion check?
Bold of you to assume I'll be that good. I'm okay.
You're a cleric, you better know religion.
I knew a dirty 20 was coming too.
Yep. You
Proficiency
definitely
saved
know,
me.
you definitely know who the Raven Queen is.
Mm-hmm.
And you do know that she is a very great enemy to Orcus.
Mm-hmm. And we're
Orcus,
going to the Temple of Orcus, if I remember correctly.
To curb stomp that mofo.
So,
and
enemy
you
of
do-
my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
maybe only one way to find out.
I'm just going to keep the realization to myself for now.
What else do you have up for sale?
Internal screening.
Well, I have a few more interesting items they are related to the one that I serve.
Oh, can I see them?
If I may ask a question, would any of
Yeah,
these be particularly helpful in a Temple of Orcus?
make an insight check.
Oh boy.
Oh, he's good at those.
She seems to be confused by the question and a bit worried, and she like almost taking a step back from you.
We
What?
find ourselves in a bit of a predicament where we have an encounter, if you will, in our future.
With the demon
certain
lord himself?
servants, if I most likely.
Brynhilda's looking at Brendan like, oh my god, I can't believe you're telling this person.
You do
Vascularo.
Anything we
know
should know?
you do know who Orcus is, right? My child?
Demon Lord?
Yeah, but what he actually possesses?
More or less. Likely
He
less.
call himself he's the self-proclaiming Lord of the Undead. That's how he call himself anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But he is just an individual who gained a lot of power and has, well, let's just call it morbid hobbies.
Nodding along.
He is not somebody you should meddle with.
Trust me, if it was my choice, I wouldn't.
Then why are you seeking his temple?
We're on a job.
Personal reasons.
I mean, if you're gonna reveal things, might as well reveal the everything, you know?
I mean, what they're trying to say is that we're wanderers, but we're wandering towards the Temple of Orcus, and that we might have an encounter with a demon lord if we went there, because it is the temple of that demon lord, right? So,
We're on a job to kill Orcus.
Yeah, we are to slay his feeble form.
Well,
I mean, kind of, yes.
she looks a bit shocked. I mean, you just say you were going to kill a demon lord. She seems to be grabbing a flask and taking like a very long zip.
I
Like
don't blame you. If I would do the same.
I'm gonna need a drink for this shit. That's how you interpret this.
May I have a sip?
Own glass and chugs it down.
Oh, come on, don't leave me out.
No, you should have bought your own.
We have some insider information that his current status is not.
Up to par as he was.
Yeah.
Still, going to his temple, that is a very risky mission.
Well, what would you suggest?
To not go there.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious, but it's our job.
Well, do you know if Orcus is at the temple?
Make a persuasion check.
Or maybe we could bait him up if he is there, you know?
Master of Persuasion.
Damn.
That's devil charisma for you.
He just looks at Brynhilda and like ignores her.
What we're asking is, do you have any advice on it?
Whoa, Bronus with the detect thoughts. Oh,
I'm gonna
Can
see
you
what's on
actually-
her mind.
Can you actually can you link the spell description?
Yeah, that didn't work. Hold on.
I mean, for myself, I am actually still detecting magic. So I can see not only the magic items that she has on her, but I can see you casting the spell, I think.
So I can.
I mean, it does says verbal, and somatic. I mean, are you just casting it in front of her face?
Nah, I'll be whispered it. I'll turn around.
So stealth check.
Turn around, you don't see
Alright.
shit.
Stealth check. Here we go.
Okay.
I feel like
15.
that would be sleight of hand more than
Yeah, it's
stealth.
he's casting it on himself.
I foresee that she rolls a natural 1 for.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh,
So,
That's
Bo,
incredible.
you find out two things. One, Orcus is indeed in the temple. The second, she is not who she claims to be.
Do I want to risk delving deeper?
I don't know.
You have divination shit, of course.
Fuck
She's a
around and find out.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I delve deeper, even if she fails, she'll know that I'm doing it.
Yeah, so she already fell. Like, she fell because when you get surface thoughts, there's no saving throw. When you delve deeper, that's when the saving throw comes in.
Anyway, Lorenzo is gonna ask, so can you help us, lady? Seem to be powerful. Maybe there's some reward for you as well. We'll see to our employer. Maybe you get something out of it as well. What do you say?
Make a persuasion check.
I still kind of just wanted to look at the magic items too
So did I.
before you started talking about killing people.
Technically, they are talking about killing a demon, but okay.
Hey, none of
Right.
us are human here anymore.
So while she's thinking, and she just looks at Brynhilda, giving her like a sad puppy eyes, and she just tell her, "You can feel this item for the minute while I'm thinking," and she give you a token on the shape of
Ooh.
a raven.
Vascu's looking at it
Ooh.
over Brynhilda's shoulder.
What magic emanates from this object in mine hand?
Conjuration.
Ooh.
It summons a flock of ravens again.
Are we gonna teleport there or something? Maybe. No.
And she is thinking.
Well, I'm going to sit down and start ritual casting Identify. My
Yes.
detect magic will go away during this time, but that's another 10 minutes, so I'm out of the conversation.
So she's asking, who gave you this job?
Our boss, which is none of your concern.
Well, if you're asking for my help, you can.
He is a devil.
Oh,
A very high-ranking devil.
I guess I should not be too surprised that the devil would like to kill a demon after what happened during the Blood War.
We're on a mission just to finish the job.
She says, I will give you something that will help you, but you must promise me something.
What?
If you do manage to survive and kill the Demon Lord, make sure you destroy his horns.
His horns?
Yes.
I'll just rip them off his scalp.
So if we do that, he's gonna be gone for good. Okay.
If you promise to do that, I will give you something that might help you.
Vasky looks at Lorenzo.
What you looking at me for? Of course we'll fucking destroy the horns. We're gonna destroy everything. We're gonna turn into dust, to ashes.
You can't really burn a demon.
Everything burns.
No, some things just don't burn.
Or maybe they do.
And his sword ignites in green flames. Everything burns.
No, like some things are actually fireproof.
I'm not gonna argue with you anymore. We've said what we said.
That's just like, I've worked with smiths. I know not everything burns. Some things melt, but that's not burning.
Close
Yeah.
enough.
No, it's not. There is a distinct difference between melting iron and burning iron.
And he's gonna turn to the lady. We'll manage to do it any way we can. Thanks for the whatever that is, pointing at the token. You have any other advice for us besides destroying the horns? Does he have his allies around him right now, or
He's surrounded by his followers. They are calling themselves the Children of Orcus. They are a vicious bunch. If you want to summon Orcus to this plane, you're gonna have to kill them all.
You're right, more murder.
Well, that should be fun. Basky cracks his knuckles.
filth in the world?
And just 1 second.
Did she state her name or not?
She called herself Miranda.
Miranda? Notes.
And she gave you this item. File is too powerful to download to Discord.
Screenshot it, that was awesome.
Yeah.
For the token that she gave me, have I managed to identify it? Just let me know when.
Yeah, it is. Let me see. It's a feather token.
Hmm.
You can summon a giant raven
Oh,
to use as a flying mount.
Ooh.
But I'm trying to grab this picture so I can actually move it to Discord. But I just screenshot it.
giant raven.
By the way, she does take it back.
Yeah. I'll hand it back for sure.
And from her shadow, something emerged out of her shadow. It takes the form of a weapon. And I'm gonna put it on Discord. Please let me put it. Virus too powerful. For fuck's sake.
Did you get it online? Then just find the link and actually link it.
No, I'm just gonna do this. Just un momento. Yep, there we go.
Children of Orcus. What do they look like? Who are they? How powerful? How many of them are? Tell us everything.
Well,
Give it a week, there'll be 0.
Hopefully.
You guys. Next fight, I'm gonna be offensive Bryn. I'm sorry, I don't care what we're fighting. I'm going offensive Bryn.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm
I'm
gonna.
okay with that.
Okay as well. Fine.
As always, I am the only tank in the party.
Basky, rush in.
Oh,
Darkness.
finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally it allowed me. Let me load it. There we go.
September, day 1, Shadow. Legendary Pogger.
Let me just bring that up on the game
That's more
camera.
damage than my, mutation
Party.
clause.
It's a +3.
Loot.
That's nice.
Ooh, sword timber. Fractured remains of Scalaba.
So
Plus
it does
3.
3d8 damage per swing with a +3.
3d8? What do you mean 3d8?
Gets an extra 1d8 necrotic, and then elemental affinity. You
Oh yeah,
get
it does.
an
Yeah,
extra d8, and then the long sword part.
yeah. It could also be like b10 plus 13. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And
Yeah,
another there is another sword emerging from the shadow.
Oh, a weapon that I could probably use, hopefully.
The next one is
I'm gonna take it.
That's gonna be the
Slice. Claim
Slice.
Slice.
Wow. If we are being given these by an emissary of the Raven Queen, then wow.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. I'm taking the light. You can have the shadow one. I want the light one. Sounds fair, right?
You know, that'd be cool if you do some like aberration stuff with your body and like merge it, in your armor, some shit.
I can't do that. I have to do that at a different level though, because I don't have the feature for that yet. That's a full level feature.
Oh, it is. Oh shit, that's cool.
Wow.
I want to take damage. I can split myself into 2 baskies at 4th level as well.
Yeah, I don't.
Man, holy shit.
I don't know who wants to take what, but
I want the light sword because it does more damage than my claws.
wow.
Basket looks at Lorenzo. I'll take the light one. You can have the darker one.
Now, what if you have one? I don't need it.
I'll take both then.
You can't wield both at the same time, and you have to have someone attuned to the other to wield it. You have to have the descriptions say you have to have 2 people attuned to them separately.
Yeah.
You need a buddy and you don't have one.
Oh, hey, I've got longsword proficiency. What do you know?
Oh, hey, let's give
What?
Yeah, he's an elf. He's an elf. Yeah, fuckers.
The wizard.
I'm going to learn.
Hold on. No, I love that dynamic. The wizard and the barbarian, 2 opposites of the spectrum in classes, both attuning to a dual set weapon is amazing to me.
Hell yeah.
Battle buddies.
I mean, with that kind of DPS, honestly, if someone gets close to Bronus and starts trying to break concentrate, you could be a melee with that DPS. You just need to cover your self a little.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an extra attack, so it's not as much DPS.
True.
Yeah, but it's something he can protect himself at close range with.
And he
It's
doesn't
funny.
have the strength for it, so there's that as well.
It's funny is what it is.
Those
Yeah, it is.
weapons are a weapon that were forged by a very powerful entity. They will be able to slay Orcus.
I think my weapon can also slay it.
Your weapon is indeed unique enough to do such a task. But
Smirks with bastard.
the more the merrier, wouldn't you agree?
Bryn
Sure.
slightly unsheaths the rapier that she was given after Livius's death and just kind of wonders to herself if that can do anything to Orcus, but doesn't say anything.
Bro, do you want me to make the magic item of the shadows for you as well?
Oh, that would be blessed, bro. Thank you.
All right.
But may I ask one question?
Ask
Who
away.
is the devil that you serve?
Why are you interested in knowing?
Well, I am giving you very unique and priceless
Vask is
weapons.
gonna reach out to the boss. Is it all right if we give your name?
I mean, we've exposed everything else so far.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what pretty much Vascularo says. But he tells you, sure, enter the Raven Queen that I send my regards.
Vascularo, and he says he sends his regards.
You see her eyes widen a bit when you say that name? The,
Sounds like there's some familiarity in those eyes.
the one who walks among light and shadow.
I don't know, I guess so.
He did came to me. He asked me to teach him something forbidden. And he took what I taught him and did the unthinkable.
Well, what is it?
Ask your master how he won the, the blood war. And she disappeared.
Whoa.
What?
Eh,
What's
don't
the-
want to make deals with the devil.
It's always nice to see old friends. You hear Vascalo's voice in your head.
You know that person?
Oh, yes.
And you didn't tell us when we met them.
Well, that will kind of ruin the surprise, but I did expect to meet you guys meet her there. It is the land of the Children of Bhaal, a land that is notoriously known for accepting all kinds of worshippers of deities of death. The Raven Queen is not an exception, especially in the area where the midnight apple grows. She likes to walk there from time to time, collecting souls to pass to the other side. She's saving.
Fucking ate the apple.
Oh, you're gonna need a lot more than apples to save your soul, Lorenzo. But yes, she did help me learn a few things. Did help me win the blood war, and for that I owe her my gratitude.
But how did she help you? How did you win?
She told me a secret, a location that was kept hidden. I found a way to steal divinity from other entities.
Well,
That's how I weakened the Deep Lords and made them vulnerable for our attack. All in the name of Asmodeus.
Insight check on that. All in the name of Asmodeus.
The inside check. He seems to be sincere, but you do feel there is something more to it.
Okay.
However, the Raven Queen wasn't so, well, pleased with what I did with that sick. However, I think she is more than a forgiving when it comes to Orcus, her enemy. And for if you are wondering, Brynhilda, that sword is also unique.
The rapier.
So it can do the same thing that those other ones can?
Well, I will not compare it to the two swords that a deity just delivered to you, but it is the same as Lorenzo. Unique enough.
She's a little more confident now, kind of nods to herself. Yep.
I mean, did you expect me to give you something less of worthy than killing a weapon that is less than worthy of killing a deity?
Well, you originally gave it to Liv, so I didn't know.
Well, Lev turned out to be a disappointment, didn't he? Anyway, I think we have done enough today. You should rest. Tomorrow you will reach the temple. I can feel his presence is nearby. By the way, who has what weapon?
Basky has the light, while our wizard friend has the dark.
Okay, remember that you need to uh, roll
Attune to
which
it.
type of additional damage you do.
Yep. That's what I was gonna ask. Bro.
Actually, once per long rest, you can decide what type of damage you want to add.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they attune to it together because
That's
they
what
have
the
to.
item says.
Basky's gonna do extra cold damage because white dragonborn. Bro, what damage do you want yours to be when I set it?
Psychic.
Psychic? Okay.
Psychic, not force. Okay.
Well,
Nah,
he's probably
psychic.
character. Psychic damage. I'm gonna hurt your brain when I stab you.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the very idea of that is enough to hurt your brain when you get stabbed by it.
Basically, yes.
Yep.
He's a wizard. He's smart. It works.
Exactly.
I will
Total
say we're
damage
going to
30
have to
equal.
manually make it a +3 because it wouldn't let me do that on here for some reason. But I can add the extra damage dice and stuff.
Alright. It's all good.
This is total damage 30. Holy shit. You know,
Well,
17 and 3.
I am gonna make you guys fight a demon lord. At least I can give you some good items.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm terrified for what this fight's gonna be if we're getting stuff like this.
Don't you not make us fight Michael Jackson, you bastard.
Don't give him ideas!
Oh,
Oh,
course,
Michael
Michael Jackson. God damn it, I'm doing it.
I really wish that I had kept that potion of long rest from so long ago.
Yeah.
That would have been one cool MacGuffin to have had in our back pocket, but alas, I had to save Brendan again.
That's more.
Save the squishy!
How many times have I kept the last healer alive?
How many times has the healer kept everyone else alive?
Fair
Enough.
You saved my ass from so much poison. Out of character, Vasquez still hates her guts, though.
It's true.
Fair enough.
You do feel something in your backpack.
Ooh.
Everyone.
Ooh.
Lorenzo doesn't have a backpack.
Well, something lands
You
on
do
your head.
now.
You magically get a backpack.
I'm gonna check in my backpack in what lies inside.
Is it a pile of gold?
It's a potion of long rest.
Oh.
That's
I'm gonna need this one.
That's oh no.
Brynhilda's gonna look for a note on it that says, from
Meta gaming pigeon noises.
Vascularo says, when you enter this place, expect to be surrounded by minions of Orcus swarming on you. Don't expect to have an opportunity to rest when there. This is the least I can do. I mean, fair enough. Gonna take a long rest, at least it gives you a potion.
excellent.
So no hard feelings if you dive.
There will always be hard feelings if I die.
So before do you guys continue marching?
I guess so, yeah.
Suppose so.
So I'm gonna say this. We are going to stop the session for today. And the next time we will also start the session with another vision.
With
Why are
another
we
vision?
vision now? We have time. Come on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I didn't think we would do that much in such a short period of time. And I really want to make like a map, but I can still describe the scene if you want, but it will not be as invested as the rest of the scenes that I did.
Up to you then.
It's up to the rest of them.
I mean,
I'm
up to
down.
you guys. I do whatever. If you want me to say what the vision is, I will do.
Let's
Kind
save
of-
it if we're
kind
gonna
of-
do it next time.
I don't know. I'm excited. That's my vote.
I'm on the seats now. Saying this.
Bro, what do you say?
Is it down to me? Oh god.
Yes,
Actually, down to you and Bunny.
I said I don't mind. Either way.
I really want to see it now.
Okay. So, Brynhilda, when
Oh.
you go back to your dream, you see the scene of Vascularo holding his children in his arms. And you can see time is moving forward. You can actually recognize yourself as a child growing up a bit. You seems to be 6 years old at least. And you actually have two brothers that look exactly like you. But one of them has purple eyes, while the other has the same eyes exactly as your mother. One purple and one red. And they look exactly like you, but with shorter hair. And you can actually see from the point of view of Vascularo, but for some reason it was pleasant and colorful when you saw vision in the past through his eyes. But this time it seems to be red. You can actually feel even anger when you when you can see this memory from Vascalore's point of view. You can see that Vascalores, while taking care of your brothers, seems to be in pain a bit. And he let go of his children. They look at him bewildered as Vascalores slowly being dragged away from this realm. You can actually see flames starting to surround him as he being dragged back to the nine hells. You see Vascalores is trapped again in the prison cell of Beelzebub. Vascalores screamed that he wants to go back there to his family, but Beelzebub just refused and demand his servitude. Vascalores spits in his face, and in return, Beelzebub starts torturing again. He spent months in that prison cell until one day he heard mayhem coming from above. Explosions and screams of pain and terror echoed in the hallways. And a strange figure started crawling back to the dungeon. Vascalores looked appalled at that hideous figure. He did not understand at first the shape of it, but as it slowly crawled its way towards you, just 1 second, I want to see if I have art for this. Maybe I can show you. Just 1 second. Oh, found it. I'm just gonna copy paste this picture to the Discord chat. Do you guys see it?
I see it.
Mhm.
This disgusting demonic slug crawl its way, screaming in pain, to the dungeon. He looks with pure hate towards Vascalores. It's all because of you. And he recognized that voice. It recognized it is the voice of Beelzebub. And you can actually see Vascalores smug a bit. I don't know who did that, but he has my gratitude. And once he said that, the ceiling from above Beelzebub collapsed as Asmodeus himself is stepping on Beelzebub, spreading his wings with, with an embers appear around him. This is the reckoning. You can actually hear Vascaloris' voice tell you in your mind, Brynhilda. This is the punishment Asmodeus gave for this devil, archdevil, for trying to undermine him, transforming him to this hideous form. Ah, yes, this is much better out. Thank you. And Asmodeus is looking at Vascaloris.
Yeah, that's an ugly slug.
Yep, indeed. He looks at Asmodeus. Are you the one who shares my blood? Vascaloris looks confused. I don't know what you mean by that. You see, Asmodeus is casually kicking Beelzebub while walking towards the prison cell. You can see the bars melt from the sheer pressure and heat radiating from Asmodeus. And as he leans above Vascaloris. Yes, you do. I can see it in your eyes. You have the same power and essence as me. I guess that's how they created you. An unholy union, archdevil and an archon, and gave you my blood on top of that, creating an abnormal. The question is, what should I do with it? You see, Asmodeus is thinking, what should he do with Vascaloris? Vascaloris, without hesitation, kneel before Asmodeus. I was meant to be a weapon to kill you, but I do not share any hatred or grudge against you. I am willing to serve you for just one condition. Let me go back to my family, keep them safe. Do that, you will have my loyalty. Asmodeus smirks a bit. Well, sounds fair enough, but we are devils, and he drew a contract, sign it, and pledge your loyalty. Vascaloris signs the contract and teleport back to the mortal plane. However, he goes back. He doesn't see his family at where he left them months ago. He used magic to try to track them, but he finds his wife and child dead by dwarves. He looks at the corpses as he sees mountain dwarf just keep repeatedly stabbing them. Brynhilda, make a perception check.
12 ski.
Even with 12, you can clearly recognize that this dwarf carried the symbol of your tribe. You can actually see the rage building up at Vascularo as he transformed into his devil form, the one that he always appeared. But this was actually the first time he ever transformed into that form. You can see the red spectral hands appear around him, squashing and crashing and tearing apart every dwarf on sight. You can actually see him down for the corpses of his son and wife, weeping in pain, mourning their death. You can actually hear him scream your name and your brothers, but doesn't nobody respond. And behind him, you see Asmodeus appear, and he puts his hand on Vascalo's shoulders and tell him that he's sorry. Vascalores, while mourning the death, ask him, "My lord, what do you desire?" Asmodeus, without hesitation, tell him, "I want to conquer the cosmos." Vascalores looks at him, tell him that he will fulfill his dream, but he wants just one thing: to make the mortals of this plane suffer for what they have just done. Asmodeus, smiling sinisterly towards him, "If you prove yourself to be worthy of my blessing, I will give you the entire world." And that's when the vision fades.
Oof.
Man, that letter's getting more and more messed up.
Apropos of nothing. Yep. Well then.
Sounds like Brynhilda's probably gonna need some therapy.
Someone needs counseling.
You
I think
actually
almost the entire party needs counseling.
you can actually hear Vascalore's voice after you wake up, Brynhilda. You are probably confused, but they took you away. Cleric, a dwarf cleric. He didn't want you to die to his brethren that were so filled with hatred towards Drow, even though they begged and told them they do not worship Lord. They didn't care. They saw what Drows.
Why don't I remember any of this? They they
They
had Stonebeard insignias.
Cleric. He sealed your memories. Didn't you wonder why you couldn't remember your childhood? You can only remember the time that you grew that tribe. No memories of who your parents were.
uh, I I mean I never knew who my mother was, but I mean I always thought I was a dwarf. Mile gaze into the distance as that weight kind of just hits her.
I wonder Do you still love your tribe?
They're my family. I I mean I've known them for years. My dad and my uncle and I mean I don't have any brothers or sisters or a mom, but
Well, you had, and those dwarves
I
took it from us.
I don't even know their names other than Zatanna. And she'll reflexively kind of touch the pommel of the sword.
You can see the sword is shining a bit. Your brother's name was Tyrell. He was such a beautiful boy. He had such glowing purple eyes. Could
And
have just imagined what he grew up to be. It was taken away from me. You were taken away from
quick check. I just want to make sure I remember this correctly. Did I have two brothers or just one?
two.
Two brothers. Okay, so only one is dead and one is also missing. What was the other one's name?
Your other brother's name was Raziel.
Sorry, what?
Raziel. I could not find it as well. No matter where I search, just gone.
I don't remember any of this.
Of course, you will not remember. Told you. The cleric decided to shield you from this man. Took you to a small family inside of the tribe. He took He spoke to the elders, convincing them to allow you to stay alive. Took responsibility in case you will ever do any harm, because he should not punish a child for his parents' sin.
Then what about my siblings?
Well,
You shouldn't punish children. Where
that's
are
what
they?
that's what hate do to people. Your tribe were blinded by rage. Hate wasn't for the cleric. You would be dead as well.
Who was that cleric?
You know him. Think about it more carefully. And once you really concentrate, he looks like your uncle. But much more younger. They say Drow are an evil race, but from what I saw, evil is subjective term. My point of view, they are and they pay. You
I have no idea what to think about any of this.
I don't expect you to. So now you know the truth, or at least most of it. What choice future really is up to you. I'm not gonna force you to do anything you do. I want you to have the freedom that I never got. But
But
for that,
I have a contract to you, and
yeah, minor detail. But I'm doing all of this to create a world truly free. And you can actually see Vascularo is grabbing the contract that he has with you and he tears it apart. I didn't know how to communicate with you. I mean, how the hell do you suppose to deliver such truth to your child after such a long time? I could not just say, "Hey, I'm the Prince Devil of Hell. I'm your father. Let's be a good old happy family." Now, child, I had to be a bit colder for this to work. This was all planned from the beginning. The quest to bite water, Black Skull, lowering you from guild. All this time, I planted the path that you walk. Lead you back, and with time, try to build your trust. Let you to know step by step who I am, what I am. You are free now if you want to leave. I will not hold my own child to a contract. This is me trying to earn trust.
that makes you different than Asmodeus.
Well, yeah, even though I share his blood, I'm a bit different. I have the power of the celestial and the power of the devils. I walk between light and shadow, just like you.
But if you're his kid, he still holds a contract with you.
That is true.
And I um I need time to think. And she's gonna do whatever she can to just shut her mind down so that no one can talk to her. Which I don't know if she can do. He tore up the contract, but
Yeah, you cannot feel the presence of Vascularo.
Bryn's gonna sit there for a moment and realize after a few seconds that she's hyperventilating, and then try to slow her breathing. I'm going to have her roll a perception check to see if she notices. Probably doesn't notice that anyone's looking at her with Nate.
Yeah,
And then we'll clumsily reach into her pack and start pulling out tools to make it look like she's just been fiddling with stuff as she woke up. I don't know when everyone else comes to being awake, but Lorenzo, you got to watch. I'm guessing
He was awake cooking food.
Vasky
Lorenzo
was
doesn't
awake cooking.
sleep. So he's just staring in one direction, but he sees all the pots.
Yep. You basically just saw Bryn sit up and talk to herself for a while. And
That was
then...
all in your head. Okay.
I'm just.
Oh, I don't know. Was it all in her head?
Yeah, it was all in your head. Vascularo
Okay.
didn't actually appear in front of you.
Okay, well then it was no. There was you just saw her kind of sit up and be thoughtful and have a lot of expressions for a little while.
By the way, while Lorenzo was awake, the skeletons were playing cards next to him.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, but what game are they playing? That's the real question.
Poker.
Poker, probably.
Like, they have the best poker face. Like,
They're playing strip poker.
Yep.
You remove a bone every time they lose.
Which one is the commander has changed 2 or 3 times already. Wow, Bryn has even more to think about.
Oh my god, I've been muted.
Yes, you have.
I'm totally bet into the skeleton poker, and they're totally betting with teeth.
I love it.
They're using teeth as chips, and I'm playing with them, probably winning.
With a 21 perception, would you think Basket would start to hear you hyperventilate?
Probably.
He walks over with 2 drinks in hand, hands you one. Everything all right, kid?
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
You're hyperventilating.
No.
Breathe out.
I am kind of thirsty though, thank you. And she'll take the cup and drink deeply.
It is very hot coffee.
And she will be fine because she has resistance to fire damage. So
Yeah, I got that now.
little cold, Basky.
Basky looks at her like, what? I just took them off the fire.
She'll glance over. Oh, maybe I just didn't taste it right then. It's okay. Thanks for coming over. I'm fine. Thank you. But shouldn't we get ready, everyone? We have a demon to go slay.
Basky puts his hand on Bryn's shoulder. What's the matter? You can't fight in a state like this. You don't have to tell me now. You can tell me when you're ready. And he's gonna stand up.
Thanks, Vasky.
You're making me worry, though. I'll kill whoever's making you worry.
Okay.
are you gonna kill yourself?
Hey, Basky's kind of dumb.
Are you gonna kill my family?
I've already suffered so much.
If Bryn somehow dies in one of these combats one of these days, the entire party's just going to be abandoned by Vascularo. We're just going to be stranded in the middle of the
you
Underdark.
guys failed.
Like, you know what? I'm killing all of you individually now.
Oof. Well, let's see. In 2 levels, I can survive a lot better.
You don't stand a chance.
Every level makes my survivability increase, and you guys know I play conservatively.
By the way, I feel like a total idiot, but I completely fucked up the name of the brother that is still alive.
Oh, no, you're fine.
It's Betzalel.
Betzalel?
Yes. I typed it on the table.
Bezalel.
Bezalel.
That's a lot harder to confuse.
Yes.
Bezalel.
Betzalel. It actually has a very special meaning in Hebrew.
Everyone opens up their Hebrew to English or whatever
Yeah,
native language.
I'm just gonna translate. It means the shadow of God.
Interesting.
Excellent.
Shadow of God.
Yeah, it's like for the whole flavor and meaning of the name and the character. So I just need make sure that everybody get it.
Gets the reference, yeah. All right.
Well,
That's
geez,
what
what does that make Bryn?
Brynhilda? What's Brynhilda's true name, though? We don't know that yet.
Brynhilda
Did
doesn't
you-
have a true name yet because she's not level 10.
To be
No,
continued.
no, but what's your, like, the name you were given by Vascularos? It's not Brynhilda.
he
You know?
yelled Brynhilda in the dream.
Oh, yeah. No, that's actually... Yeah.
Because Brynhilda was given by the dwarves. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Was Brynhilda given by the dwarves? That's the name that she's been... Like, Brynhilda Stonebeard is a dwarf name. That's from
Yeah.
Valhalla. She doesn't even have a name.
Oh, you just didn't ask.
Yeah, I guess I didn't.
Guess
I
you
am
have to wait
Brynhilda.
for your papa to call her by your name, your true name.
Yeah, except father just pretty much threw away his cell phone because he ripped away the contract.
I mean,
So wait.
you can just kind of
That's-
teleport to like Masky and just talk to Brynhilda that way.
I
That's-
mean, he could probably.
I'm going to ask you something a bit uncomfortable, but I'm gonna have to use you as a medium.
I mean, I'm fine with like what? Why me? Why not like one of the skeletons?
Imagine how hilarious it would be if Brynhilda was trying to ghost him and, like, he kept trying to call her through all of you guys.
You're hearing ringing coming from like an extra head that is growing out of like, ah, shit.
No, one of the skulls and the skeletons just starts rattling.
Yes.
Lorenzo's chest plate starts rattling.
Yeah,
Nah.
Vascularo randomly possess people.
Bronus starts to have divinations where he's being told messages to Brynhilda.
No.
No, that's amazing.
She's not listening to me, you guys. I need...
I'm
Being
just
important.
curious what he would do to get it through Brendan. I'm trying to imagine what it would be, but I can't think of anything that would rattle.
I can tell you what would happen.
No,
The skeletons would suddenly just, like, explode, and the bones where they fall would form a message in words.
Yeah,
It would just be
I'd
like...
have to reanimate them all over again.
Exactly.
That's a level 4 and a level 3 spell slot to get all 4 of them up.
Call me.
They'll explode.
Call me, and he leaves a summoning circle.
That's amazing.
But yeah, to make things much more simpler, you see a small black screen appear next to you, and a stone with red ruins, Vascularo's marks appear. If you want to talk with me, I'm always available.
She
It's a
will...
standing stone.
Yeah. She will tentatively take one and drop it into a pouch.
Ring, ring.
It's that
Puts pouch under bag.
But it's like unlimited usage.
25 words a day, that's all.
No, it's unlimited.
You get to tell me 3 things a day, and then I'm not talking to you for the rest of the day.
Well, anyway, I think will be a good point to stop.
Yeah, I
it's
need to
a...
be getting out of here.
Next
I gotta get
session,
ready
we
too.
start the final dungeon.
Oh geez.
I can't
We're gonna
wait.
be killing things.
I have some good abilities.
I know
Perfect
you
for a
guys
dungeon.
wanted combat, but things just,
Yeah, I'm fine
That's
with
quite all right. Quick question, just oh, and I forgot it.
no.
One of those moments.
It was a quick question because you forgot it quickly.
It's already gone. It's already over.
The answer was there all along, Brynhilda. Well, I do hope you guys enjoyed this session, even though it was a bit more roleplay and basically storytelling.
I mean, I did know that there was going to be a vision at the start. We all did. But hey, man, that was a lot of time for me too. So, wow, wow, that was quite fun to be able to actually find out who she. Seriously, I made this character with like, she's a weird race combination. Let's go.
Let's build an entire campaign around though.
I didn't know I'd live, and I didn't know that was going to happen. So
Actually, yeah, me neither. But I just roll with it.
Improvise, the best DMing skill you can learn.
it helps. But
It's-
yeah, I can go ahead and stop the recording now if we are
Yeah.
done for now. And yeah, let's pick up with our assault on the Temple of Orcus.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
I love this sword. It's amazing.